Hello friends, in this video we will create a Python program that will compute the area of a rhombus. Alright, so this is the area of a rhombus calculator online, Omni Calculator. To do that, we solve the area given sides and height, given diagonals, or given side and any angle. So if we, for example, she has the picture, usually. Yeah, this is the picture of option 2. There are two diagonals and an angle between. And then option 3, we have a picture, and option 1, there's a picture also. That's what I like about this calculator. In our program, we're not able to put in pictures, but we will create a formula. We'll create a calculator to compute the areas of the rhombus. So let's go down here. These are the three equations to compute the area of a rhombus. So these three equations I've put in my code. I've copied it and put in my code and put in Python language. So this s squared now is s times 2 asterisks and a number 2. So that's how we do it in Python. And the sine of angle will become sine radians angle. So let's jump into our code. Let me show you what I mean. So this is our area functions. So we have a times h, that doesn't change. The second one is the same, but then a squared is this is the Python language, a squared, and sine radians a, because radians is the default mode in Python. All right, so this is our code here. As usual, we have all of our functions that we need. This is the print menu, just like her print menu for the user to choose one of the options. And these are all the user inputs that we will borrow. And then we have the functions down here. This is the first function that we will fill in. In the try block, we will get the user inputs, whatever they may be. And then in the else block, we compute the area. So we have three functions like that. And then we have our main function that we will call this function here, rhombus area in main. So when we do that, the program, in the main program, we get the user inputs, we compute the area, and we exit the program. That's going to be the follow of this code. If there are exceptions in the program, if there are errors or so on, if we enter values that cannot be inputted, the program catches that and lets the user know that to fix that. That's the exception handling that we use in this code, this except value error or else. And the else commands also do that, else print invalid input. So this is how I've taken care of the exception handling in the main program, not in the main function, but in the main rhombus program function here. The conditional statements take care of exception handling, basically. All right, so let's jump into our first function here. So this is given the side and height. We need a side and a height. So we say a equals, so we're going to borrow side a here. So copy and paste that. And come down here and put it there. And then h equals, this is going to be h. So get side h. And then for the else, we have our area equation. We're going to copy that and put it in the else command down here. So that's done for our first function. We get the user inputs for a and h, and then we compute the area and print the results with 3 decimal places. All right, for the second function, we're gonna look at the diagonals. So I'm gonna say e equals, we're gonna borrow side e now. So get side e, and then f, equals get side f. So those are the 2 diagonals that we need, and then we copy this area equation and put it in our function. And that's done for the second function. For the last function, we need a side and one of the angles. So let's do that. So I'm just going to borrow this a here, since that's what I'm using in my equation. Always be aware of what you're using. If I come down here, I have a squared. If it was b squared, then I need to borrow b. But in this case, I borrow a. So, and then I need one of the angles. So let's do a equals get angle, a, like that. Let me see. Oops, it should be capital A, like that. All right. So I borrow side a and angle a. And in my else, I will borrow this equation and put it there. All right, that's done for our program. I created all 3 functions that are needed for this calculator to run. So let's go ahead and run our code. Let's check some exception handling. I'm going to choose option 1. Let's put in a string for side A. We put I, it says invalid input. If we put a negative number, it does the same thing. So it says side A must be positive. So we enter a positive number, 23. Let's enter the height. Let's put 7. And then it gives the area as 161. Let's check that with the calculator of hers. So we're going to choose option 1 here. So we put in 23 and 7. See if we get 161. Yes, we get 161. So let's look at option 2 now. Let's put in a negative number for the diagonal. Let's see if it says it must be greater than 0. So she also takes care of the exception handling in her calculator. So enter 5, and then for the second diagonal 6. So we get that the rhombus area is 15. Let's check that in our program. So hit any key that's not a Y. So we're going to choose option 2, and we enter 5 and 6. We get the area is 15. So run it again. We're going to check the last option. We're going to enter side A, 10, and then for the angle at 45.7. And then our area is 71.569. All right, so let's do option 3. In her calculator, I made a mistake. We need to enter for side A 10 and 45.7. We get that the area is 71.57. In our program, we entered 10 and 45.7, and we got the same value basically. I rounded to 3 decimal places. It's 71.569. All right, so I'm going to exit out of this code. All right, so that's how we create a Python program that computes the area of a rhombus. Thanks for watching.